Welcome back, everyone. This is Mondo Olte, back with another video. And in this video, we'll be taking a look at Batman from the Dark Knight Returns storyline. It's going to be the Battle Damage Collector's Edition. And of course, finally, Huntress from the New 52 era storyline. As always, I'll start with the figures itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, put the key up to date, and watch videos like this. So we'll take a look at the box for each one. We'll start off with Batman, so front of the box. This side is going to be number 21. The back, the other side, top, and bottom. And then for Huntress, as the front of the box looks like. This side, it should be number 23. The back, the other side, top, and bottom. Alright, now let's take a look at each figure outside the box. As always, you do come with a card. The front of the card looks like for Batman the Dark Knight. The back of the card. Front of the card for Huntress. The back of the card. And for Batman, it does come with this light bulb or pulse, not light pulse, light pole, which is kind of cool from the storyline of The Dark Knight Returns. But I will say though, it is flimsy because if you don't pose it a certain way, it literally just falls. So you kind of have to kind of not pose it, but put it in place and try not to touch it because it is very, very flimsy and it's very, very light. And so with this on, it makes it a little bit top heavy. And since the base isn't heavy, it's just really, really thin plastic. Hear that? Yeah, it can easily fall. So you may want to put maybe like a double-sided tape if you're going to put it on your display or whatnot. But there's that. And it comes with multiple accessories. It comes with here is going to be some closed fists for Batman. So there's two of them on there. Just closed fists. I do like how it's like a dark blue with a little bit of black marks on it. Right, a little bit of damage, I guess you can say. It does come with these, like, I don't know, I don't want to say trigger hands, but it's trigger hand-ish hands. Same kind of color, blue with a little bit of black on it. There's two of them. It does come with this rope for Batman. Something we've seen before, which I'm pretty sure it came with the previous version of this particular figure. It came with all these accessories, except for the light. And this one does come with a headpiece. I say it comes with a headpiece because, well, when I show you about the other figure, you'll be like, what the heck? But here is going to be the headpiece for the particular Batman Collector's Edition. It's going to be the Dark Knight Returns. I really like the color paint on here. One, you got that skin tone paint, which looks nice. You got the painted teeth, the painted lips. Of course, that mean mugging look to it. The white eyes. You know me, I'm a sucker for white eyes. You got the black outline, and then you have here on the forehead a little bit of like black marks on it. Looks like it's dirty, but the face, the skin paint looks really, really good. You got the nice pale skin, but then you got a little bit more pinkish here on the side, and a little bit of like the black to make it kind of look like a shadowing. And it looks really, really, really good. Here's the side of it, and the back, and the top as well too. And yeah, it's not fully all like one solid paint. It's like a little bit of white right here. But then when you move it to the side, it gets a little bit darker. You see that? So this headpiece is really, really good. The paint job is incredible on this particular headpiece. So McFarlane did a really good job with this particular headpiece for the Dark Knight Returns Batman. For Huntress, it comes with multiple accessories. It comes with a crossbow. Alright, there you go. I wish the crossbow had more paint. The detail is somewhat there. Right? You could maybe paint this brown, make it look like handle. Maybe paint the actual bow like silver, make it pop. But it's just all black, which is a bit unfortunate, but it's there. It comes with these different extra hands. Also, it comes with closed fists. Very, very small. I thought for some reason the purple was going to be purple, but it's actually not, just regular purple. So there's that. Small little hands. And it comes with these open, touching, I don't know what you want to call this kind of hands. Right here, these. Same thing, just purple, not much to it. You can see a little bit of design there on the hands, but not much to it. Alright. Alright. Now, as I mentioned regarding the Batman, this one comes with the headpiece. With Huntress, it comes with different faces. So, it does not come with headpiece, it comes with different faces. What I mean by that? Well, boom, you can replace the face on Huntress, which, well, when we talk about the figure, you're going to be like, oh, and then, yeah, I'll just save it, what I'm going to say for later, but here's this headpiece for Huntress, more of like a serious look to it, alright, not much to it. You got the painted lips, just one solid color, you got the painted eyes, you got obviously the purple for the mask, then you got a little bit of design on the hair on the side, right, not much to it again on this headpiece, looks fine, or face piece I should say, it's alright though. And then it comes with another head, or face piece, wow, I'm gonna keep messing it up. This one has a little smirk to it, which I do like, right, I do see painted eyebrows on here, right, you see that right there. And then you got the painted lips, the eyes, and of course the mask as well too. And you can see more of the Huntress mask on this particular one, because the previous one, it was technically blocked by the hair. And for this one though, you can see the face on there. So I do like this one, a little smirk on it. And of course the actual mask. And both come with regular puck stands. But I noticed with my Batman, it does not come with the shiny DC logo on it. Watch this, that one, and then look at this one, right? Maybe it's just by mistake I got the regular one, but it's all good. But I also noticed too, it does not come with the card stand. So maybe that's going to be into the card stand, which is cool, but hope you get more accessories with the figures. Now let's talk about the figures itself. We'll start off with Batman. So head, left, right, up, down is not the greatest. Shoulder. Bicep is not, because it's going to be in the elbow. So there's elbow swivel, and of course there. Then we have here the wrist. Do articulate, just mine is very stiff, and I don't want to break it, but it does articulate. I know because I've seen it. Torso is, ooh, this thing is very stiff, but I know articulating not that great. Swivel. Then we have leg articulation. Knees. There is thigh, ankles, and toes as well. So overall, the articulation on this figure, it's good. The headpiece isn't the greatest. Torso, I believe it does articulate, but it's very limited. And of course, you get thigh on this particular version of Batman. Now let's talk about the figure itself. One, this headpiece, incredible. One, look at the hairstyle, right? He has a right hair. White with gray hair, which looks nice. Mainly gray, but a little bit of white to make it pop a little bit, and you got a little bit of design on the actual hair itself, so it looks good overall. But the facial expression looks good, but the paint job on this is really, really good. You can really see the cheekbones on there. Then you have the shadowing paint on here, makes it look like it's dirty. Then you got the painted lips, the teeth, the eyebrows, the eye, and of course the forehead as well too. And you can see that facial expression. It looks really, really, really good. And this headpiece looks good, much better in person. When I saw images online, I thought, okay, this is cool. I like it. But man, when you see this in person, I'm telling you, this is going to be a great looking display piece, especially with this headpiece. So far, this headpiece, this figure, excuse me, it looks really, really good. And this headpiece definitely adds up to the collector's edition. Here we have the arms. The arms have this kind of ripped up Batman skin on it. Not skin. The costume's been ripped. You can see a little bit of skin on there with the tanned Batman. Of course, it's going to be the Dark Knight Returns Batman. It's just a reuse. And of course, it's going to be huge, muscled out Batman. So you can see the bicep, the tricep. Very, very baggy on the actual costume itself. Then we have the gauntlets on here, just blue. And then you have here the open hand. And then here on the right hand, you got more of the ripping, but it's going to be less ripping. Here we got a big batch, little rip right there. And of course, the bicep, the tricep. We got the forearm on there with that blue, a little bit of black. And this one has the batarangs on here on his right hand, which it looks really, really cool and menacing. Kind of like Wolverine. Then we have here the upper torso. The Batman logo has a leather look to it. Obviously, it's not, but it has a look to it. And, of course, also ripped, which I know is supposed to be ripped, but where's, like, the kind of blood, right? That'd be kind of cool if it has some maybe red marks to it, like it's bruised up. But it's just ripped. But, anyways. And then here we have the abdomen. Again, very, very muscle, bulky Batman. It looks cool, though. I really like the look of the upper body on this figure. Here we have a cape. This is kind of like a missed opportunity because here the cape, something we've seen before, right? A little bit of style here and there, just blue. But yet, on the top part, right here in the front, you can see of like kind of like used and beat up. So why couldn't it have this kind of paint on here? You see that? Also in the back of the cape. Just a nitpick, but it looks good overall. And here's the back of the Batman. Look at those. Look at the back. Look at the traps. Jesus. Just huge. Just bulky Batman, right? And so overall, the upper body on this figure, it looks really good. Yes, it's a reuse from a previous version of the Dark Knight Returns Batman, but it's a good looking figure. And this headpiece, I'm telling you, when you see it in person, you're going to know exactly what I mean. So far this figure, I'm really liking this figure. Did he do squats? Damn, look at that. Wow. Look at that crack right there. Like maybe 2 credit cards on there. Here is the back of the legs. Continuing on, the whole buffed out muscle Batman. You get the hamstrings on here. You get the huge calf muscle. Look at those calves. Jesus. And then we have the side of the boot on there. Very baggy boot, right? You can see all the wrinkles on there. Here's going to be front of the boots itself, just blue. And then here we have the knees on there. More of the baggy kind of pants. And then you got more of the ripping. Again, I wish it had like maybe some like red or purple kind of bruised up. You can see underneath it, but it's fine. Then you get the very defined thigh muscle. Just look at those muscles. Just very, very bulked up Batman. Here we have here for the swivel for the thigh. You can see that right there. And then you have here the utility belt. I mean, it's fine. I mean, it is separated and it is very defined, each pocket, but it's just kind of plain. It was just all one size. And the paint is going to be like a mustard yellow type of look to it. Not much to it. And so overall, this version, I say this version because there's 2 of them. There's this one, and then you have the Platinum Edition one, so you can see it to the right. And so this particular version, the one I have on hand, I think it looks really good. And for the price, for what you're getting, which we'll talk about that in a bit, but for what you're getting, I would say, yeah, this figure does look good. I do like this headpiece. I'm telling you, looks much better in person. But out of the Platinum and this one, I would definitely get the Platinum one if you can. But don't go out overspending. So to me, out of this one and the Platinum one, I prefer the Platinum one. I just like the more of the dark color palette to it. But this still looks good, don't get me wrong. But I prefer the more darker color palette of the Dark Knight Returns Batman. But this figure itself, it looks really, really good. Some parts I'm like, I wish, like the blue here and the white mark could have been cool there. And also to maybe boost up skin, you can see it. But little details like that, just nitpick. But overall, this figure, damn good looking figure. Now let's take a look at Huntress. We'll start off with the articulation. So head, left, right, up, down is a bit limited because it does hit right here because of long hair. Then we have the shoulder articulation. It does hit right here on the shoulder part, so there you go. We got the bicep. If I can do it because it's a little stiff right now, but you can see the bicep on there. You got the elbows. We have here the wrist. I'm trying to figure out how they articulate. So this way, yeah. Let me see if I can do it with this hand right here. There you go. Articulation is a bit limited because it does hit right here. See that? Then we have here the torso, swivel, knees, or leg, knees, ankle, and of course toes. Ooh, yeah, this figure needs to be loosened up a little bit. She needs to be loosened up. So overall, the articulation on the figure, limited here and there, but it's good though overall. Alright, let's talk about this figure. Now, as I mentioned regarding the whole face piece, I understand why McFarlane is doing it, because I think it's a very clever way of giving us additional head pieces-ish, but also not spending too much because, well, getting the full head, you only getting the face. And I like the idea. It's a bit of a problem with it. Well, one of them you can see perfectly. It has an odd looking face. It just looks, it just looks really odd. And however you want to pose it, it just looks really, really odd. And then on top of that, the headpieces, don't get me wrong, I like the idea, but I think for certain figures, you don't want to do that. I know for the, I think it's called the Manhunters. I have an image to the right, you can see what I'm referring to. McFarlane incorporated this, and I think for that one, it worked fine. Because it's a robot, but this is a human face. It doesn't work because it just looks off. Number two, the hair paint does not match, right? Look at the hair. The hair looks really good, right? Black, nice, stylized hair. I do like it, right? It looks like it's just air blowing into it, or coming from the front, right? And then just blowing it, giving very stylized hair. I like it, right? Here's the top. But here's the problem with the hair. It does not match. So you see this kind of black, right? But then when you look at the headpiece right here, shiny, glossy black, it just doesn't work. So when you see this right here, and you see the hair, it just is difficult to see. Look. Right? And then when you put this back on, and then it just sticks out a little bit too much, so it just has a weird shape to the head. It just looks really off. And then when you have it angled to a certain way to the side, you see that like little gap right there? It just looks off. I understand why McFarlane's doing it, and I get it and I appreciate it, but the whole face, multiple pieces, keep it for like robots, certain characters. For human characters, I would say don't do it. But anyways, I want to go a little rant because it's one of those, once you see the whole hair, it just, you can't unsee it. And also too, when you look at it on the side, it just looks really odd. And then even if you place it with certain ones, like for instance, this one, look at the hair. It covers it up a little bit, but when you have it angled like this, the hair just sticks out. And it just looks so weird with this whole headpiece. Again, I appreciate it, McFarlane. I really do, but it just, that's worse right there. Look at that. Right? At least it covers the sides. I'll give it that, but, oh, man. This is, yes, we wanted a Huntress figure. The images look cool because they look like multiple headpieces, but, yeah, we just got this and, so, anyways, this particular version of the headpiece, it looks fine. You get the painted lips, the painted eyebrows, the eyes. Yeah, so the headpiece, it's a hit or miss. Like, some parts, it looks good. The hair looks really good, right? Very stylized hair. But the whole, it just looks so odd. It's unfortunate because we wanted a Huntress figure. We got her, and it's just, the headpiece is off. So overall, the headpiece and pieces is just kind of a bit of a disappointment. I'll be honest. Here we have the arm. You got the shoulder piece right there. Nice stylized. Not stylized. You can see a detail on it. And then you got the purple. Then you have the arm. You can see more detail on the arm. It has a leather look to it, but it's obviously not. Then you have here the forearms. Then you got the trigger hand on here. Very huge knuckles. Then we have the other trigger hand here on the other side. Same thing here, the little shoulder piece right here. And then you have your little design on the arms itself. Then here we have the torso. The torso, very, very busty. Miss Huntress. This is cool. I do like the line. I get it from the comic. I get it. But unfortunately, though, when you have it certain angle, it like this, it just kind of looks off. It's just not McFarlane's fault. It's just by design, you know what I mean? But anyways, very, very busty, very slim torso in the abdomen. And this one does come with a wired cape, which is kind of cool, right? Black with a little bit of like a gray outline. It's actually white. I thought it was white, but it's actually gray outline to it. And here's going to be the front side of it. All right. And we'll take a look at the back of the figure itself. Not much to it, just a slim body on a Huntress. Come on, camera, pick it up. There you go. See that right there? And so, overall, the upper body in this figure, some parts, it looks good. The body itself, the torso, I would say it looks good. The face, though, and the hair, man, it's just, we wanted a Huntress, we got her, but the head is just off. The face thing is, yeah, don't do human faces with this whole headpiece, or maybe do them, but maybe have it more back, right? Have this more back, because right now it just looks really just off. So maybe it's just me. All right, does she do squats? Oh my God, Sir Mix-a-Lot will be very, very proud. Jesus, God damn. Right here's the back of the legs for Huntress. Just slim hamstrings on there. You get the back of the boot. Little design here at the back of the boot. Not much to it on the back of the actual feet. Then we have here the side of the actual boot. Little strap on there, right? Then we have the laces on there. This looks really, really nice. And then this one does come a little bit of white paint. Maybe it's just mine. But you got the laces on there in the front of the actual boots itself. Here we got the knees, and then we have the legs. The legs seem to be mainly from, what's her name, Catwoman from Arkham City, I believe it's called. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe these are the Catwoman legs, which it still looks good, especially in the back. But here we have the side of the legs, more of that white paint on it. You can see a little bit of texture design on here on the side, and the thighs are very slim, not much to it. Then you have the belt itself. The belt looks fine. It is purple. And then you have little pockets here on the left. Or to her right, to her left over here. And then the back has just a little, whatever this is right here in the back of the actual leg itself. And so for this particular figure, and I say this particular figure because there's also a platinum one. Personally, you can't go wrong with either or. They both look good in terms of the color palettes. But to me, out of this one or the platinum one, I prefer more of a darker purple, because when I think of Huntress, I always think of more of like a darker purple. So that's just me, but I do hope to get the Platinum Edition one. But anyways, this figure itself, let's talk about this figure. It's a cool figure. The body itself, yes, I'm really liking it. We finally got a Huntress. We got multiple accessories. The biggest downfall is going to be the whole head. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's me. Some of you might be saying, Mondo, you're nitpicking, you're hating. Go ahead, you can comment on that. But for me, the whole face thing is just off for me. So, it's a bit of a bummer, but it is what it is. And again, I get it. McFarlane wanted to give us multiple different facial expressions for Huntress. So instead of giving us multiple heads to increase the price, he probably kept the price the same and just do the head swap. Which I understand and I appreciate it, but just don't do the whole head. I mean, the face swaps with human faces. But anyways, the figure itself, I think, great looking figure in terms of the body. The whole headpiece, that's a bit of a downer for me. But yeah. But of course, the main question is it really worth it? Should you go out and get these figures? For the Batman, for the price for what you're getting, I would say, yeah, you get a good value for money. One, for $30, you get an extra headpiece. You get the whole lamp, which is kind of cheap and flimsy, but it's something. Then you get the multiple hand accessories and additional headpiece. And, of course, the unmasked version with really good detail on the figure. So for $30, hells yeah. Even the platinum one, I definitely prefer the platinum one, but even the regular one itself definitely looks good. For Huntress, for what you're getting for your money, I would say, yeah, it's a good deal. But I'll talk about my opinion on the figure. But for the money, though, for what you're getting for Huntress, yes, you can't go wrong with either the regular one or the platinum one. So for the price, for the money, yes, I think it's a good deal. Regardless of the price, though, what I think about the figure itself. For the Batman Dark Knight Returns, heck yeah, great looking figure. Yes, it's a reuse from the previous one. I know. But you gotta admit, the extra paint, the ripping, and the detail and paint job on the masked and unmasked version of Batman definitely looks really good. Huntress, as I mentioned, the body looks really good. The cape looks good. The glutes look fantastic. The headpiece is a bit of a downer. And I can't unsee it. Once I see the whole hair paint being off, and then I see the jawline, it just throws me off. So overall, what do I give these figures? For the Batman Dark Knight Returns, gets easily thumbs up for me. For Huntress, it gets a low thumbs up. I do like the figure, but the face also, the face is just, oh gosh, man. That's all good. Maybe in the future we might get another Huntress with a reuse of this one. Different facial expression, but it's going to be the actual headpiece without the whole face face replacement. But yeah, so they both get a thumbs up for me, but for Huntress gets a low thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with me these figures or plan on purchasing these figures? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support the channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. This was an overview of the Batman Dark Knight Returns, Unmasked Collector's Edition, and of course Huntress Collector's Edition. And on to the next one.